Hello, Seinfeld fanatics and trivia enthusiasts. Get ready to test your knowledge with our ultimate Seinfeld trivia challenge. From the quirky characters to the unforgettable catchphrases, we'll cover it all. Let's kick things off with our first question. What is Kramer's actual first name? Take a moment to think about it. It's a detail often overlooked. The answer is Cosmo. Yes, Cosmo Kramer, a name as unique as the character himself. Moving on to our next question. What is the name of the coffee shop where Jerry, Elaine, George, and Kramer frequently meet? This one should be a piece of cake for true fans. The iconic diner is called Monk's Cafe, though its exterior shots were actually Tom's restaurant on Broadway. Here's a classic. What holiday did Frank Costanza invent as an alternative to Christmas? Think about the airing of grievances and feats of strength. That would be Festivus, a holiday for the rest of us, celebrated on December 23rd. Next up, what is the apartment number for Jerry Seinfeld's apartment? This is a recurring visual throughout the series. Jerry's apartment number is 5A, a familiar sight for anyone who's watched the show. Let's test your knowledge of Elaine's professional life. Who was Elaine Bennett's eccentric boss at J? Peterman. He was known for his adventurous tales and unique catalog descriptions. The answer is J, Peterman himself, played by John O'Hurley, whose character was based on the real catalog founder. Time for a classic catchphrase. What is the famous line the soup Nazi would shout when refusing service? You better have your order ready. The unforgettable line is "No soup for you," delivered with stern authority. Next question. What was George Costanza's fake job title when he pretended to be an architect? He certainly had a knack for elaborate schemes. He claimed to be Art Vandelay, an importer/exporter, and sometimes an architect. What is Newman's profession, the bane of Jerry's existence? He always seemed to be around, often with a sinister chuckle. Newman is a U.S. postal worker, a job he takes very seriously, much to Jerry's chagrin. Let's move to Putty. What is David Putty's signature catchphrase? He's Elaine's on-again, off-again boyfriend with a very distinct way of speaking. His most famous line is "Yeah, that's right," often delivered with a deadpan expression. What was the name of the bakery that only sold the tops of muffins? This business idea was a point of contention for Elaine. It was called Top of the Muffin to You, a brilliant concept for some, but not for all. In the episode The Bizarro Jerry, what was the name of the coffee shop where Jerry's bizarro friends hung out? It was the opposite of Monk's in many ways. They frequented Reggie's, a mirror image of Monk's, where everything was just a little off. What was the name of the contest Jerry, George, Elaine, and Kramer participated in to prove their self-control? It involved a certain level of personal discipline. They competed in the contest to see who could be master of my domain, abstaining from certain activities. In the Junior Mint episode, where did Kramer accidentally drop a junior mint? It had surprisingly positive medical implications.
He dropped it into the patient during surgery, which surprisingly saved his life.
What was the name of the puffy shirt that Jerry was forced to wear on the Today Show? It was a fashion statement, to say the least, designed by Kramer's low-talker girlfriend. It was simply known as the puffy shirt, a pirate-like garment that Jerry detested. What was the distinguishing physical characteristic of Jerry's girlfriend Jillian that George found so off-putting? It was a running gag that caused much discomfort for George. She had man hands, a detail that George couldn't get past, despite her beauty. What was the name of the show within a show that Jerry and George pitched to NBC? It was famously described as a show about nothing. They pitched Jerry, a sitcom about Jerry's life, which was indeed a show about nothing. What item did Elaine give to Sue Ellen Mischke, the braless wonder, as a gift? It caused quite a stir and a public disturbance. Elaine gave her a bra, which Sue Ellen wore as a top, leading to her arrest for public indecency. Finally, what did George try to retrieve from his girlfriend's parents' house, leading to a memorable confrontation? It involved a struggle with an elderly woman and a very specific type of bread. He was trying to retrieve the marble rye, which he had brought as a gift and then took back. That concludes our Seinfeld Trivia Challenge. How did you do? Share your scores in the comments below and let us know your favorite Seinfeld moment. Thanks for playing, and remember, there's always more Seinfeld to enjoy.